Hey guys, welcome back to another crochet tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet this cow. Let's get right into it. So the materials that you will need is a 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors, 12mm safety eyes. You will also need white chunky yarn. I use Premier Parfait chunky yarn, and the color that you want for your secondary color for the cow. I'm using purple. Finally, you will also need stuffing. Okay, so to start off, you're going to grab your purple yarn and we're going to make a magic ring. I use the 2-chain method to make my magic ring, but feel free to use whatever method you like. So to do the 2-chain method, we're going to start off with a slip knot. And then we're going to chain 2. And the first chain will be our magic ring. So we're going to do 4 single crochets into the magic ring for our first round. For round 2, we're going to do 4 increases. For our last increase, once we're onto the second single crochet in the same stitch, we are going to stop halfway through our second single crochet and we're going to change to white. So grab your white yarn and we have done half of the single crochet, and now we are going to pull through those 2 loops with the white yarn like this to finish off the increase. And then we are going to tie the white and purple yarn together at the back. And then we are going to cut off the purple yarn. Now we are going to continue round with white. So for the next round, we are going to actually be doing 3 rounds of single crochet. So from rounds 3 to 5, it is just single crocheting round with white. So after you've single crocheted round for 3 rounds, we're now going to finish off. So we're going to cut off a tail and we're going to pull through. So that is the first leg complete. And now we are going to do the exact same thing with the second leg. So grab your purple yarn and we are going to do 4 single crochets into the magic ring. Then we are going to do 4 increases so that we have 8 stitches in total. On the final increase, we're going to do our first single crochet, and then we're going to start our second single crochet, and then we're going to grab our white yarn to finish off the single crochet so that we can change to white. Just like this. And then we're going to tie the white and the purple yarn together in a double knot. And then we're going to cut off the purple yarn. Now we're going to single crochet round for the next 3 rounds with white. So once we've completed that, we are not going to cut off the yarn. Instead, we are going to connect the 2 legs and we are going to begin crocheting the body. So I'm going to grab my stitch marker, which I am using scrap yarn as my stitch marker. And we're going to put your stitch marker through the last stitch of that last round. Now you're going to grab your other leg, and what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, and then we are going to single crochet around this leg, and then we're going to single crochet back into the chains and then back around this leg. First of all, we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and now you see where the part is where we finished the last round of this leg. We're going to go into the leg on the opposite side of that, so that will make it more even. So we're going to put our hook into a stitch over here, and then we're going to single crochet into that leg, just like this. Now we're going to continue single crocheting round that leg. So into the next stitch, and keep going round. Once it gets to the part where you finish the last round and this part is higher than the other part, we just go into that stitch and then into the next stitch as if there's no difference between the heights, and that should even it out a bit. Now we're going to single crochet into the 2 chains. So we just have to try and find the hole for the first chain, the second chain. And we're just going to single crochet into it. And now the next chain along, just try and find the hole for it, and single crochet into it again. Now we're going to single crochet into this stitch, so not where we chained out of, but the stitch after it. Just like this. And you might have some holes up here between the legs, but you can sew them up later when we have the tail from the body. So just single crocheting around leg 2. And now we're back at the stitch marker. I'm just going to move the stitch marker up around. And now for the next round, we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So we're going to single crochet into this side of the 2 chains first of all. So 1, 2. And then we're just going to keep single crocheting round leg 1 and 2. Just all the way around the outside. So for the next round, we are going to increase twice, and then we're going to single crochet for 18. So these first two will be increases, and then we'll do 18 single crochets. So for the next round, we're going to have some color changes so we can start doing the patch on the cow. So I'd grab my purple yarn now, but we're going to do 4 single crochets in white, then 5 single crochets in purple, and then 13 single crochets in white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're going to color change here, so don't finish off your single crochet. And we'll grab our purple yarn and pull it through. And we're going to tie that to the white yarn in a double knot. We're not going to cut off the white yarn because we'll continue using it in a moment. And now in purple, we're going to do 5 single crochets. And on the last single crochet, we will color change back to white. So just grab your white yarn and pull it through those 2 loops. And now we're going to do 13 single crochets in white. For the next round, we are going to do 4 single crochets in white, and then 4 single crochets in purple, and 14 single crochets in white. For the next round, we're going to do 5 single crochets in white, then 3 in purple, and then 14 in white. After we've completed that round, we're going to cut off the purple because we no longer need it for the body. And now for the next round, we are just going to single crochet all the way around in white. For the next round, we are going to decrease 4 single crochets by 2, then decrease 2 single crochets, decrease 4 single crochets, and that'll take us down to 18 stitches in total. Now finally, for the last round of the body, we are going to do single crochet decrease times by 6, and that'll take us down to 12 stitches. So single crochet decrease all the way around. Once you have completed that, we can pull the stitch marker out. And now if you have any holes between the legs, which I don't, you're going to want to leave a longer tail so you can bring it down and sew them up. But if you don't have any holes, then feel free to just leave a short tail. And then we're going to pull through. And that is the body complete. Now we're going to get started on the head. So we're going to grab our white yarn and we're going to do a magic ring, and we'll be doing 6 single crochets into that magic ring for the first round. Now for round 2, we're going to be doing 6 increases. Now we're going to put our stitch marker in, and we'll start round 3, which is single crochet increase times 6. So single crochet and then an increase all the way around. Now for the last increase, we're going to switch over to purple in the second single crochet of the last increase. So we'll pull through the last part of our increase, and we're going to grab our purple yarn and then pull through those 2 loops with the purple yarn. And now we're going to tie the white yarn to the purple yarn. Now we are going to do 2 single crochets and an increase in purple, and then 2 single crochets and an increase times 5 in white. Now on the last increase, we're going to change back to purple again. And for the next round, we're going to do 3 single crochets in an increase in purple, and then 3 single crochets in increase times 5 in white. Now we are going to change back to purple once again. And for the next round, we are going to be doing 4 single crochets in purple and then 26 single crochets in white. Now we are going to cut off the purple because we won't need it in the head anymore. And then we'll just tie it with the original purple tail. I'm going to move my stitch marker up. Now we are going to be single crocheting for the next 5 rounds. So we're going to go all the way around the outside 5 times, just single crocheting. Okay, so once we're at the end of those 5 rounds, we're going to put our safety eyes in. So our safety eyes are going to go in between rounds 9 and 10, approximately 6 or 7 stitches apart. So if we count from the top, so this is approximately 7 stitches apart, and they're in between rounds 9 and 10. And we're going to do the right eye right below the patch as well. And now we're going to clip them on. So now that those are clipped on, we can continue round. So for the next round, we are just going to do single crochet decrease times 10. So single crochet decrease all the way around, and that'll leave us with 20 stitches. So for the final round, we're going to be doing a decrease and then single crochet 2 decrease times 3 and then single crochet decrease to finish off, and that will be written at the top of the screen so you guys can see that. So after we've done that, we're going to leave a long tail for sewing. And then we're going to finish off, so we'll pull the yarn through. And we're going to put the head aside